So I would like to formally introduce myself. I am Sir Mark Jan F. Salung. You can call me Sir MJ. At sa ayaw at sa gusto nyo, I will be your MAPEH teacher for the school year 2020 to 2021. Okay, so before we start, make sure to remember the following rules and regulations during my class. And make sure every time na mag-start ang klase, you should turn on your camera para makita ko kayo, no? And turn off your microphones. Besides, I will be asking question and you can turn on your microphones if needed. Okay? So respect one another, be polite. Kung magtanong ng maayos, no? If you have questions. Next, you listened and focus. Okay? You can participate actively in the discussion. Be punctual, always be on time. I am starting my class 10 minutes early so you can check the link for our virtual class para makapasok kayo agad, no? Always be on time, especially on my subject. It's our first subject or second day. Next, you may ask questions, no? Don't hesitate. Walang nakakahiya sa pagtatanong. Mas okay na magtanong kayo para maintindihan niyo lahat. Or kung may pag-aalinlangan kayo sa ating discussion. Okay? So don't hesitate. And lastly, have fun. Okay? Learning while having fun. Yun. Isihin nyo lang. Kalmahin nyo lang. Okay? Okay. So we have 4 components in MAPEH. Alam nyo na yun. Music, arts, P, and health. So for our week 1, let's discuss music. Sige. Before we start, can I ask someone? Sige, review tayo ng mabilis. What have you learned from your grade 9 music? Sige, padaliin natin. Sino ang natatandaan yung composer? What were the famous compositions from medieval to Renaissance to classical period? Sige, ang makakasagot, ano bang premyo? Sige, sa mga 4 na makakasagot ng tanong ko, I will be giving you 50 pesos load. O, pang ML. O, game. Bigyan niyo ako ng...
po ng ano?
O, wag sabay-sabay.
Hans Joseph Haydn po.
O, wag sabay-sabay. Kalma, narinig lang yung 50 pesos. Nagigigil ako sa inyo. Sige. Kapalit ng 50 pesos load. Isang composer at isang composition niya at kung saan siyang period. Game. Anyone? Yes, is that Derek? Yes, Derek. Contestant
Amadeus. Mozart.
Mozart? From what period, anak?
Classical period po.
Classical period. Very good. Give me one composition of Mozart.
Marriage of Figaro.
Again?
The Marriage of Figaro.
Yes, the Marriage of Figaro. Very good. Okay, 50 pesos load para sa'yo, Derek.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, send me your GCash. Mamaya kaya yung number mo. O, sige, 3 pa. Sige, we still have time.
Ludwig van Beethoven.
Oh, ang bilis naman nun. Load na load. Sige pa. Dapat answer. Sige, sino to? Ayan, sino yon?
Ako, sir.
Yan, galawin mo ang baso kung nandito ka.
Sir, si
sige.
Ludwig van Beethoven.
Okay, sige, Princess. Name the composer, Princess. Princess Abdul.
Po, Adam de la Halle po.
Okay, Adam de la Hale. From what period?
Medieval period po.
Very good. Medieval period. Give me one famous composition of Adam de la Hale.
By Giselle.
Thank you, Google. Okay, Princess, thank you. You have 50 pesos load. Sige, another. Last two.
Sir.
Okay,
Meron
Nicole.
Sir.
Nicole Ganaban.
Sir.
Nicole, meron na. Kalma. Wait lang. Kaaway.
Joseph
Yes, Nicole,
Joseph
anak.
Haydn.
Joseph Haydn.
From what period, anak?
Classical period.
Very good. Give me one famous composition.
Trumpet concerto.
Very good. Thank you, Nicole. Send me your number later. Last one na. Sino pang walang pang ML? Yes, Jennifer Kilia. O, Jennifer na. Jennifer Kilia. Yes, anak.
Thomas Marley, sir.
Thomas Morley. Okay, from what period?
Renaissance po.
Renaissance, the Golden Era. Give me one composition.
Fire, My Heart,
Okay,
sir.
Fire, My Heart. Okay, congratulations. So again, for all the winners of 50 pesos load, kailangan pala may papremyo lagi ako dito. Magiging ayun yung sumagot. Okay, for Derek, Princess, Nicole, Jennifer, send me your number so I can send you your 50 pesos load. Okay, so let's proceed with our main topic. Okay, let me open your OLS. Nakikita pa ba rin yung screen at naririnig ako? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Okay, so pagpindot at pagpunta nyo sa classroom ko sa MAPEH, if ever nakapasok na kayo, no? Ito ang magiging itsura niya. Okay, you will see 4 components. Now, for the whole quarter, we have 2 weeks for each component. Music and arts, we're going to discuss 20th century. Music and arts of 20th century. Then the other components sa baba ng classroom ay makikita nyo as PE and health. For PE, we're going to discuss active recreation, that's sports and fitness. And health, of course, we're going to discuss consumer health. So those are the topics for each component for 8 weeks, okay, for the whole quarter. Okay, let's start our lesson. Let's go back to music. Okay, sa taas, kung may nakakasabay sa akin sa app or your PC, much better, no? Okay, so ito ang magiging itsura niya. Next slide tayo. Let's start with music. Pagkakita niya, pag turn on nyo ng music, it will direct you to this page. It will show you the topic number 1, which is music of the 20th century. We're going to discuss Impressionism. Okay, nung grade 9 kayo, ang dinidiscuss natin are lives and works of composers. Their famous compositions and from each different era. Medieval, classical, Renaissance, and so on and so forth. For grade 10, ang ifo-focus natin is style of music. And the first one is Impressionism. Let's proceed. Ang unang gagawin ay makikita nyo yung buong idea of the lesson. Idea stands for I, introduction. D is for development. E is for engagement. And A is for assimilation. Alam ko, familiar na kayo dito. You were able to have virtual tour ng readiness nyo. Let's start with our pretest. Ito ang pipindutin, yung naka-encircle. That's your pretest. Pag pindot nyo, it will direct you to this page. Ito. Makikita nyo ay isang word hunt. I know you're familiar. You're going to find the 10 words or keywords from this puzzle. What are those? Impressionism, Expressionism, Debussy, Ravel, Avant-Garde, Schoenberg, Neoclassicism, Nationalism, Bartok, and Stravinsky. Okay, now, you can look for the words horizontally, vertically, or slanting, o pwede ring pabaligtad. Mag-i-start ang time nyo, kita yung nasa ilalim, ayun. Mag-start ang time nyo kapag nag-start na kayong magsagot. Okay? Then, after nyo mahanap yung 10 keywords, magta-time is up yon. So, magbabase tayo sa oras. Kung gaano kayo kabilis sumagot. Sing bilis ng pagsagot nyo dahil sa 50 pesos load. Okay, let's continue. So that's the pretest. Let's go back. Makakakita kayo ng this one. Next slide tayo. This objectives is downloadable. That's a PDF file. Para makita nyo, ito lang yon. It will show you the objective for our lesson. Okay, so music of the Impressionism. These are the objectives. Describe distinctive musical elements and explain performance practice. Okay, ang kadugtong nun is this one. Okay, so at the end of the topic, learners are expected to identify the elements of music. Hopefully after this lesson, magawa nyo yan. Describe the elements used and draw ideas emerged from the lesson. Let me just admit. Okay, so that's the objective na makita nyo pag pindot nyo doon. Baba tayo. Let's proceed with the idea. Letter I for introduction. Start tayo sa, pag pinindot nyo ang link na yun, let us discover the music at 20th century, it would lead you to this opening. Okay, wherein it will going to tell you that most of the well-known anime and cartoon movies you've watched, ang mga ginamit na musical soundtrack ay nagmula sa 20th century. Okay? Yon. At iyon ay madidiscover nyo as we go proceed with the lesson. You will also see sa baba noon, makikita nyo ang dalawang links. Okay? So I advise you to please listen and watch these YouTube links. Okay? You can tell me kung hindi gumagana, no? These are the easiest link para maintindihan nyo yung lesson. So you will see 2 YouTube links with a composition of Claude Debussy, our first composer for Impressionism under 20th century. That's Claire de Lune and Lemire. Again, these are compositions and composer that should understand and remember for your coming quiz and activities. Okay. After nyo mapanood yon, you will proceed agad-agad sa activity time nyo. Let's start with your activity number 1. So these are, you can shut down, no? Okay. So this is learning task number 1. For this lesson, I will be giving you 5 learning tasks which are required. Ibig sabihin, graded. Nagkakaintindihan po? You still... Okay, thank you. Just give me a thumbs up. Pwede kayo magbatin kung may hindi kayo naintindihan. Let's continue. For learning task number 1, balik tayo sa introduction. Sa ibaba, pipindutin nyo yun, yung nakabilog. Learning task number 1, it's a listening activity, which is a required activity. Pag pindot nyo doon, makikita nyo yung direction. Okay. Pag sagot sa inyong unang reflection, it will be a forum. Okay? I know nag-readiness test na kayo. Alam nyo na kung paano mag-turn in ng inyong forum. Mag-comment at mag-submit. Okay? Later, I'm going to show you more para mas maintindihan nyo. No? Ngayon, para hindi kayo malito at magawa nyo yung buong forum, here are the guide questions na kailangan nyong sagutin. Number 1, how did you find the music? Do you somehow relate to it? That's the first question. Again, you need to listen. So mga pinakita ko kaninang YouTube links. Composition ni Claude Debussy. Naintindihan? Okay. Pangalawa, is this music familiar to you? Where did you first heard it? Then answer. Last question. Which do you prefer? Listening to Impressionism music or to pop music? When I say pop music, these are popular music o yung mga napapanahon. Okay? Now, after answering all the questions, babalik kayo doon sa forum nyo. You need to reply at least 1 post from your co-learners. Pwedeng classmate mo from other section na may makita yung forum. Okay? Now, remember, limit your post. Okay? Isang post, isang reflection lang, yung sagot nyo sa mga tanong na yon, at isang reply sa mga makikita nyong forum ng mga classmate nyo o ng ibang section. Nagkakaintindihan po tayo? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, gawin natin mas madali para sa inyong lahat. 1 post, 1 reply. Okay, thank you. Now, balikan natin to. How to turn in a forum. Okay, sa link noon, makikita nyo sa baba noon yung video. You can watch it, no? How to participate in a discussion forum. Just watch it. Again, that is our first learning task. Okay, let's proceed to the next. Development tayo for Impressionism music by Debussy and Ravel. Kanina si Claude Debussy now. Now let's introduce Ravel. Ito ang pinakamadaling PowerPoint na nakita ko na kung saan mas madali niyong maintindihan ang buong lesson or topic for the week. Again, kailangan niyong intindihin ang buong PowerPoint na to. This first link. Okay? Telling the life and works of Claude Debussy. And the second link ay Impressionism music. Doon niyo makikita at maririnig ang mga example ng mga compositions both from Ravel and Debussy. Let's continue. Let's proceed with, this is your learning task 1.1. This is a continuation, no? Okay. For learning task 1.1, ito ang link na pipindutin nyo, that one, under development. Learning task, musical work. This is optional. It will direct you to this link. Again, Kikinig ulit kayo ng YouTube link na to. This Children's Corner and Elias L. Malisande. These are two compositions of Claude Debussy. Okay. Ang pangalawa, Maurice Ravel Mirrors and Valera. Okay. So after nyo makinig sa dalawang composition ni Ravel and dalawang composition ni Debussy, you need to answer this. These are your guide questions. 1. Who considered as the primary exponent of expressionist music? Paano nyo masasagot ang tanong na yan? Go back to the PowerPoint presentation na pinakita ko kanina. Okay? Pipili lang kayo sa dalawa. Is it Debussy or is it Ravel? Yun lang ang sagot sa number 1. Number 2. Who was the French composer known as the father of the modern school of composition? Again, pipili lang kayo sa dalawa. Is it Ravel or is it Debussy? And the last question is, compared their musical style, work. Okay? Isang composition na Debussy dun sa 2 given example at kay Ravel. Yun lang. Okay? Okay, same. Panoorin nyo ulit yung kung paano gumawa ng forum. Let's proceed with learning task number 2. Okay? Again, this is a required task. Balikan natin ang D, development. Itong link ang pipindutin nyo for learning task number 2, music chart. Okay. Pag pindot nyo, it will direct you to this link. It says there, you just have to choose any composition ni Claude Debussy. Di ba may dalawang example kanina? Pipili lang kayo ng isa doon. Same as for Maurice Ravel. Dalawang composition yun, pumili lang kayo ng isa. Okay? Ngayon, listen perceptively and fill in the chart below. Pag napakinggan nyo yung napilang isang composition ni Debussy at ni Ravel, balikan nyo, pakinggan nyo. After that, answer the following chart. Ngayon, paano nyo makukuha ang chart na to? Okay, pipindutin nyo lamang ang link na nasa baba. Below is the word format that you can download. Pag pindot nyo yun, lalabas ang chart na to. Ito yon, questions 1 to 5. Okay, doon kayo sasagot. Ngayon, after nyo magsagot, i-save ang file na yon and ita-turn in. Isasubmit nyo ulit pabalik sa akin. Same kung paano kayo mag-submit ng forum. Those are 5 questions. Okay? Title. Anong title dun sa dalawang composition na Debussy ang napili mo? Sulat. Same as kay Ravel. 2. Anong taon niya ito kinompose? Sulat. Lahat ng yan ay discover dun sa lahat ng pinakitang previous PowerPoint and links. Okay? So that's our learning task number 2. Learning task number 3, I will show you this link. This is a required, last 3 na lang. This is a required task. Okay? Listen again to this link. Sunod nun, you're going to proceed with activity number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ayan. Now, after listening to the link provided, all you have to do is, number 2, draw your own interpretation. What do you mean by that? Habang nakikinig ka o habang pinapakinggan mo, ano yung naramdaman mo towards the composition? Or after mo mapakinggan, ano yung nasa isip mo? Okay? Then, you're going to sketch kung ano man yung nararamdaman mo towards that composition. Now, kapag may idea ka na at natapos mo, you can use MS Paint application in your computer. Kung hirap naman kayong gamitin yung application na yon, you can also use Oslo paper. Okay? Then after that, take the picture. And number 3, write a short description of your drawing. Paano? Bakit you just have to explain kung bakit yun ang naisip mo o na-sketch mo while listening to the composition. Okay? Now, para mas matulungan kayo, you should remember number 4. Don't forget to read the rubrics. Ito yon, yung category, which is overall performance. Then, ayan, ang puntos from 4 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. And don't forget number 5. Ito ang file name na gagawin nyo, activity number 4. Tapos, apelido nyo. Tapos, your section. Then, your musical style, which is Impressionism. Based, of course, from the PowerPoint provided on the introduction of our lesson.
Okay? Drag and download your work in the drop-down menu. So, same as kung paano magpasa ng forum, ganun din kung paano mag-turn in ng inyong gawa for learning task number 4. Is that clear? You have two choices. Either you sketch it through MS Paint application in your computer or use the paper, picturean nyo, then turn it to me. Okay.
Magsasubmit lang kayo ulit based from what you've heard from the previous link. This one. Okay? Next. Learning task number 4 ay under assimilation. Itong link ang pipindutin nyo from your OLS classroom. It will lead you to this one. Ito. This is very tricky. Meron lamang kayong, babawasan ko yung attempt, anak ha. You will only be given 3 attempts to answer the quiz. Anong gagawin? Pipindutin nyo lang tong preview quiz now. May question dyan. Pag pindot nyo, bibigyan ko lamang kayo ng 3 attempt. 3 attempt para masagutan at para makuha ang highest grade. Last one, learning task number 5. Ayun, sa ibaba ulit ng assimilation, pindutin nyo lamang to. This is a reflection. Mula sa lahat ng pinanood nyong link and lesson, okay, answer these questions lang from 1 to 5. This is forum. Okay? Which of the music styles that you can study do you like best?
And the answer, why? Okay. Number 2, choose one composer you were inspired of. Kanino ka nahusayan o nagalingan? Is it Debussy or is it Ravel? Then, write their distinctive characteristics that caught your interest. Bakit mo siya nagustuhan? Bakit mo napili si Debussy? O bakit mo napili si Ravel? Yun lang. You just have to explain it. Okay? Tandaan nyo lang yung mga distinctive characteristics based from the PowerPoint provided kanina. Answer in sentence form. And note, answer the reflection in paragraph form and then post your ideas in the forum. In the forum box. Alam nyo na kung paano gawin yon. You need to reply to at least one post of your co-learners. Again, pwedeng classmate mo or from other section. Just be sure to respond thoughtfully, courteously, and concisely. Now, always observe online etiquette, ha? Avoid merely agreeing or disagreeing sa mga reply nyo from your co-learners. Your post should be a constructive contribution to the discussion. Lagi nyo tandaan yon. And para mas madali, limit your posts and reply to the needed requirement. Isang post lang, sasagutin mo lang yung 1 and 2. Then, isang reply from your co-learners. Always think before you click. Okay.
These are 5 learning activities required na binigay ko sa inyo para mapadali nyo maintindihan ang lesson natin. Okay? Are there clarification? May tanong po ba before we end this class? Anyone? Okay.
None, sir.
Thank you. Naintindihan po yung 5 learning activities natin.
Opo.
Okay.
Yes po.
Thank you. If you have questions, you can approach me through Facebook, through Moodle, yon, or through our group. Again, this virtual class is recorded. I-upload ko dun sa YouTube channel natin para mabalikan nyo at kung meron kami mga lesson na hindi naintindihan. Okay? Nagkaintindihan po ba? May tanong po ba?
Wala po.
Okay. Again, dun sa 4 na nanalo ng 50 pesos, load chat nyo ako, ha?
All.
Oh, sana all. Thank you. And before we end, let's have a selfie.
Picture.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye-bye, sir. Uy, saan ba yun?
Bye-bye. Dumalis na kayo. Doon na kayo. Bye-bye.